Sup everyone, I'm your female otaku and I'm here to review episode 3 of Kakegurui, and this episode has earned my respect. If you were one of those people who are giving Kakegurui the 3-episode test, then there's a good chance you have officially made your decision by this episode, because everything that a majority of us, including myself, who thought we knew how the formula of Kakegurui would be from here on out, was totally thrown out the window in this episode. I mean, sure, to a degree, yes, it is true that we do know it's still gonna be a villain of the week. However, there are gonna be more twists than we expected, which was something that I was hoping, but I didn't think we would get this early on in the series. So that's great. This shows us that now we will have to keep on guessing. Each week, we will have no idea who is going to win or lose, and we have no idea how many twists there really are during each match, because even the person who was cheating didn't even know that there was a second cheat going on, the one level below her, to help her win. One thing that I did predict is that we are going to be rooting for Yumeko to find that person that can truly turn her on by gambling with the high stakes and just so many twists and turns. And that person is the student council president, because she is extra. But then again, pretty much every student here is, because the amount of money that was being bet on this game. Student council president had to weave her way in there to make sure that Yuriko would win this match against Yumeko, because even though Yuriko was cheating, it's not always guaranteed that she will win. It's the same thing what happened with Mary, and it's something that I really like when it comes to Kakegurui and just gambling in general, is that yeah, you can cheat, but in some games, it's not always guaranteed that by cheating, you're going to win, because there's still chance involved. That's what makes gambling thrilling in general, and that's what makes, you know, compulsive gamblers like Yumeko. But it's more than that with Yumeko, you know, it's the whole chance thing, it's the high stakes, you know, it's being bet on and things like that. And you see, one thing that I was suspicious on was Yumeko and her parents, because it seemed to me that Yumeko was, you know, big Miss Rich Moneybags, honestly. I thought she had all the money in the world to bet on, but not really, because now she can't pay back Yuriko, and she has now been reduced to a pet. But at least she's enjoying it. So what happens here? Well, we can guess a little bit as to what's going to happen, but again, it won't actually be definite if Yumeko will win each and every single episode, because now she is in debt, and we find out that it's very, very hard to get out of debt if you have been reduced to a house pet, because now you can only bet, or like you can only gamble if it's a public match. And who participates in the public matches? The student council, and they just so happen to be cheaters. Oh boy. So most likely Yumeko is going to have to, well, obviously she has to pay back the student council. So how is she going to do that? Well, she has to participate in the public matches once again, versing a new student council member every single week, and ultimately working her way up to gamble with the student council president. What a glorious orgasm that will be. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. Are you happy that now we know that Yumeko isn't as OP as we thought? Sure, how she figured out the cheat in this episode was incredibly BS, and honestly the first cheat, not the second cheat, with the student council president being involved with the dice at the bottom. No, I'm talking about the first cheat with the magnets thing. Not gonna lie, that's extremely BS, but hey, you know, it's an anime, you gotta accept a few BS rules here and there. Again, let me know your thoughts on this episode, and since this is the 3rd episode, are you officially going to stick with Kakegurui? Were you even giving it a 3-episode test in the first place? I'm your female otaku. Sayonara.